The square opens like a stone ocean ringed by colonnades that feel less like architecture and more like an embrace. Vatican City, less than half a square kilometer, yet it pulses with centuries of power, art, and mystery. The smallest independent state on Earth, and somehow it might hold the biggest secrets. Let's rewind. For centuries, popes ruled swaths of the Italian peninsula. Then the 19th century reshaped Italy and the Papal States collapsed. A standoff lingered, popes calling themselves prisoners in the Vatican. Until 1929, when the Lateran Treaty, signed with the Kingdom of Italy, made this walled enclave sovereign, spiritual, and singular. No ordinary city, a state with a soul. At its heart stands the Bishop of Rome, the Pope, spiritual leader to over 1 billion Catholics. His presence turns this place into a crossroads of faith and diplomacy. Around him, the Swiss Guard. Yes, those uniforms are real. Renaissance colors, halberds, absolute professionalism. Recruited from Switzerland, trained like elite soldiers, sworn to protect a man whose influence spans continents. Walk a few steps, and you're in one of humanity's densest museums. The Vatican museums are a labyrinth of galleries where marble breathes and tapestries whisper. Then the Sistine Chapel. Michelangelo's ceiling rises like a storm frozen in paint. Muscles prophets creation itself, reaching fingertip to fingertip. And on the altar wall, the Last Judgment, a cascade of souls and skies, a reminder that beauty can be terrifying. Outside, St. Peter's Basilica, a symphony of stone. Bernini's Grand Embrace, Michelangelo's Dome, a space built to lift eyes and hearts upward, but the whispers get louder behind another door. The Vatican Apostolic Archives, often called the Secret Archives, though the real meaning is private, kilometers of shelves, papal correspondence, statecraft letters from kings, emperors, scientists, documents on trials, treaties, discoveries, records that map the world's conscience across time. Access is limited, carefully granted to scholars, and where access is scarce, legends grow. Hidden prophecies, lost gospels, coded letters, wartime negotiations, stories that blur fact and fascination. What's certain is this: within these walls, history isn't just stored, it's curated, interpreted, guarded. So how can a country this small shape the world? Soft power, moral authority, diplomacy, cultural heritage, a megaphone that reaches from refugee camps to presidential palaces. When the Pope speaks, markets don't move, but minds might. And over time, that can be louder than cannons. In the end, Vatican City is paradox made real. A microstate with a global pulse, a museum that governs a church that negotiates walls that protect, perhaps conceal. If you felt those echoes of art, faith, and unanswered questions, there are more doors to open. Subscribe to World Roots History, and I'll keep following the secrets behind the walls.